in the mirror, man, you're so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, what I will be discussing with you in this reaction video, I'm going to cover the topic of toxicity. Why do women love it? Why are women chasing out the thugs, bad boys, whatever you want to call them? So we're going to cover that today. So let me go ahead and get into this thing. Before I do, hit the notification bell. Once you hit the notification bell, select the option that says all so that you will be informed of all my new content. Can you dig it? Now, let me go ahead and play this thing. Let's get it.
I was just sitting here listening to a video of a young man speaking on how he would treat a woman good and she would do the worst-ish. But when he was treating a woman poorly, she worshiped the goddamn ground that he walked on. That's how you know we have generations of broken, toxic men and women out here. Because as a woman or man, to think mentally that if a man is treating you like shit, that he loves you to absolute death is wild. And on the flip side of that as well, for a man to think the opposite, if a woman is treating him bad, that means that she pick and choose him over any other man. That's how low people are when it comes to accepting anything from anybody to feel valued and loved. And if poor treatment is what you have to endure, you don't love yourself as much as you claim that you love yourself. Because people that love themselves would not allow themselves to be treated like that. He made some good, valid points.
Okay, let's jump into that right there. One of the main reasons women love to be in toxic relationships is simply because it's safe. Even if the relationship itself is a violent relationship, meaning that he put hands upon her, do things like that, if he's a verbally and physically abusive person, that relationship is still safe to her because she is familiar with that. A lot of women are familiar with the fact that they can associate hatred and love all together. If a man doesn't put his hand on her, if a man doesn't disrespect her, she doesn't feel that he loves her because he's not being passionate. In our community, a lot of women think passion is just being abusive. They don't see a man pursuing her as being passionate. They don't see a man that's want to take her out on dates, want to love on her right, want to treat her right, want to be considerate, want to talk to her as passion. They see a man being passionate by going upside their head one good time, being disrespectful. You understand what I'm saying? And also, women don't like healthy relationships because healthy relationships in the minds of women today are boring relationships. They are predictable relationships. A lot of women prefer, they don't say this, but a lot of women prefer to be upon shaky ground when they have a man. Because a man, when he's at his worst, treating her badly, can bring out the best in a woman. Now, what do I mean by that? When a man treats a woman poorly, she'll be the most submissive, kind, obedient. She'll go out her way to do everything for that man. And he's treating her like straight dog doo-doo. But if a man treats her good, that brings out the worst in the woman. She thinks that he's weak, have a slick mouth, a fly mouth, doesn't want to be obedient, doesn't want to be feminine, doesn't want to be submissive, always looking for another man, because women like when men put them in their places. But they want a little aggression. Like I say, even when you sleeping with a woman, they don't want you to make love to them like you see them on the damn TV where they want you to savagely get in that thing and beat that thing up. It doesn't matter if she's a teacher. Doesn't matter if she's somebody's grandma. All women like that type of sex. They like aggression. I know it sounds odd, but it's the truth. Now I want you to show you, and with this clip right here, how angry this woman is for being in one of these type of relationships, but she gonna get out of it. She ain't. Let's get it.
Y'all, it's fucking crazy. If you don't want to fucking be with somebody, leave them the fuck alone. Like, motherfuckers not begging you to stay here. Like, I'm fucking stressed. I couldn't even fit these shorts last week and these bitches is falling off now. Like, if you not gonna treat somebody right, leave them the fuck alone. Ain't
But check it out. While she's screaming and yelling, saying that she lost some sizes and stuff like that, that means she was still in that relationship. Just because she's crying and stuff, that's a turn on for most women. The fact that a man can bring her out of her element to make her extremely emotional, you can create a trauma bond that way. And the way you create a trauma bond with a woman is sometimes giving her moments of affection and love, and then the other times give her hell. Okay, but when you do the I shouldn't be saying it, but when you're doing that, you have to not always be affectionate, just enough. Sometimes it keeps her guessing. It keeps her wanting to be validated by you. I think it's called Stockholm Syndrome. I think that's the right way of saying it, where they start to make excuses as to why you, as the man, are mistreating these women. Well, he came from a broken home. Well, he didn't have his dad in his life. He saw abuse in his family. They'll begin to make excuses for why you're doing them the way that you're doing them, because they want to be with you. Because their mind is trying to rationalize, why in the hell am I in this type of relationship? And then all you got to do is put that pipe on them pretty good. And I'm just being honest, put the pipe on them really good. And then don't always be nice to them. Don't always be a good guy to them. I know some people don't like what I'm saying, but I really don't give a damn. When I was out there, that's exactly how it works. You get in their mind that way, okay? By not treating them right, by being someone who has boundaries and enforces their presence upon them. And if they want you, then you mistreat them, and you get the best out of them. You get the submission out of them. But the thing is, it corrupts you as a man. I'm being honest with you, because you're going to start treating women the same way that you treat that, because you know it works on certain women. Now, some women it won't work on, but most of the time it's women who come from two-parent households who've been taught to honor themselves, who've been taught what, a valuable woman is and what a valuable man is. It's harder unless she is boy crazy, unless she was rebellious and don't listen to her parents, then you can get into her head and turn her against her parents, because most times those women are already upset with their parents. So now all you got to do is isolate them from the people who really truly care about them and love them. And once you isolate them, now you begin to reprogram them by breaking them down, changing them into another person. Go hot and cold on them. Keep them engaged with you, but go hot and cold on them. Sometimes you love them real good, and the next time you hate on them real good. You make them where they always crying. You make them where they always broken, because when they're broken, then you can rebuild them and mold them to what the fuck you want them to be. And I know you don't want to hear that, some of y'all, but it works every goddamn time. I'm going to tell you that right now. Every time. When I was out there macking and pimping, man, I'm telling you that shit works. Most times, if you find a woman that's rebellious against their parents or rebellious against the people who genuinely give a damn about them, they are gullible. You got to have a predatory mindset. And I ain't talking about no freaky kid shit. I'm talking about being an apex predator when it comes to women. You cannot have any feelings. You cannot have any heart. You can't have any love when you're dealing with women. And if you suckers out there, if you got a beautiful woman, you'll drop your guard and she can run over you. No, but if you had an ugly girl, you treat her like shit. You got to treat that pretty girl like the ugly girl. Did you hear me? You got to treat her just like she wasn't pretty. You got to treat her like she doesn't mean anything, and nothing that she does matters to you, and she got to keep feeling like that in order for her to keep trying to impress you and to win your validation in order to keep that woman. That's one of the many ways of breaking a woman's mind down of a woman, okay? Take away the things that she's so proud of about her looks and shit. Don't compliment her looks. She dresses up. Don't say shit about it, because most men do. And that's going to throw her off. It's going to keep her off balance for a while. Now, when she does things that are uncomfortable for her to do, then you give her praises, because you put into situations that she normally wouldn't do, and she feels a little off about it, you know what I'm saying? But when she does what you tell her to do, then you praise her for that. What that is going to do is build her confidence in whatever the thing that she's not used to doing, that even if it's taboo, even if it's something that's not the norm of society, if you do that, she'll start to become, especially if she starts to like it just a little bit, then you just pour fuel on the fire. Oh, why the fuck I'm telling you this shit today? Well, anyway, I want you to hear what this white lady had to say about this, because she's right about this right here. Let's get it.
Women will deny this, but I promise you the reason that they inherently pick toxic men is because they do not know how to just sit in peace. When a woman says that a man doesn't believe in peace, it's because she doesn't know how to be peace. These are likely the same types of women that will say, if I'm too much, go find less, and it's because she absolutely is too much. Women will always pick a toxic man over a healthy relationship, because a toxic relationship gets her so much more attention than a healthy relationship. In fact,
Check it out. A toxic relationship gives her more attention, excuse me, than a healthy relationship. That's true. Because you got a woman, let me say it like this. When a woman women love to be victims, all right? If she is in a toxic relationship, she's not just getting toxic from attention from that toxic man. Excuse me. It's her peers. It's her family. It's her friends. It's the strangers who's observing the bad treatment. It gives her what women love, attention. Even if their attention is negative and depressing, as long as somebody talking about me, as long as somebody thinking about me, as long as I get somebody to, that's what it is. Okay, they love that shit. And when you're in a healthy relationship, you tend to not to get that type of attention. Because when you're in a healthy relationship, they don't really show you attention. They show y'all attention, the man and the woman. They'll be on some shit like, man, y'all a pretty couple, man. Y'all a power couple, man. Y'all do this and that, man. Y'all good examples. She don't want to share attention. She want all the damn attention. So she rather be in a situation where, man, he treats you bad. He treats you bad. He talks to you bad. You are the best thing for him. You should not be. They want all the damn attention. Women like that are broken anyway. But they won't leave that man. Why? Because he's the source of the type of toxic attention that she loves.
She gets to play victim, she gets to deflect blame, and she also never has to look in the mirror for ever being the problem. It's no wonder that women will always say that men can change for the right woman. If that's true, then why is it that as soon as a man doesn't change for her, she's in denial about ever being the right person to begin with? When the relationship is good, all of a sudden men can change, but if the relationship goes south, then all of a sudden men can't change and they're pieces of shit and they're narcissistic. And women will always deny this, but they love the inconsistency of a toxic man. They love the
They love it. They love the inconsistency. When you are dealing with a toxic man, he is going to be inconsistent and consistent. He's going to be consistently inconsistent. Now, what I told you earlier about being hot and cold, treating her like shit and then treating her good, I'm being consistently inconsistent because she doesn't realize or know when I'm going to treat her right, when I'm going to treat her wrong, keeping her on her toes, keeping her in a mindset of excitement, keeping her on shaky ground, keeping her on those things where she feel he must love me because he's passionately talking to me crazy. He setting me straight. He putting boundaries on me. Women tell you a lot of times they don't want to be controlled. That's a bullshit lie. A lot of women like to be controlled, but they want to feel as if they are in bondage to an extent. They don't want men who are good to put parameters and boundaries on them. They don't want that type of control because they can't wild out. But if you are a toxic man and you little wild out and stuff, but you knock up beside her damn head when she talk crazy, you talk crazy to her like that, you make her sit down and forcefully make her do things and forcefully make her not do things. She likes that type of attention. Think about all the bad relationship you know women to be in. When they had men that knock them in the head. Now, keep around now. I don't want no one to think that I'm all about domestic violence because I am not. I am against domestic violence. For anybody to go that way with this shit, some nut would say something. But think about the relationship that many women who are in, who have men that knock them beside their heads, won't let them go nowhere, won't let them be around people, don't let them have any friends, won't allow them to dress a certain thing, all kind of shit. Those are control. They're controlling them. But they stay with that man. Some of these women would not leave this man. They will stay there for the rest of their lives. They just don't want good men control. They want to be controlled, but they don't want a man who they perceive as weak and nice and gentle. It's sad, but it's the truth.
Nonchalant attitude. They love the highs and lows of, inconsistent communication. Because without it, they don't actually know who they are as a person. This is why they watch all the drama TV shows. This is why they have drama with their friends. This is why they have drama in the workplace. Most women have zero drama in their life. They're always going to thrive off some kind of drama, and the only way to create that is by dating a toxic man. This is also why women will deny that a man can change, because a man changing means that she would actually have to look in the mirror for the type of chaos and problems that she's creating herself, and she can no longer deflect blame, and she'd actually have to take accountability. Let's be so for real. The other reason why women love toxic men is because they want to be the woman that can change him, even though deep down she knows damn well she's not going to be the one to change him. It's going to be
some of these women believe that they don't see him. They don't, I mean, how can I say this, man? They want this man to be something that he's not. They already know he can't be that. They already know. They already know a man gonna be faithful if they got one. They just want the feeling or the thrill of trying to change that man. Deep down, they know they can't change that joker. They know that. Oh yeah, you may only get one video today. I have an electrician coming through today, this early this fucking morning, right? So I'll be back on my regular schedule tomorrow with like 2 or more videos. So you might just get one today. It depends on what this guy doing. I got a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, I won't put that out there. But yeah, I'm trying to show you, man, if you want to be like a thug, or not the thug, but have a thug abusive mentality to attract black women, this is what you gotta do. The stuff I told you earlier in this video, this is what you gotta do. Don't be nice to them. Be attractive, meaning that you dress in the now some women are attracted to a certain type of man based on their fashion. So you got to dress in that type of way if that's what you like to do. All right. Once you grab that woman, man, you know what I mean? You start off being nice to that woman, but not giggly and all that shit. Be nice to that woman for a little while. It takes about, I say, anywhere from 2 to 3 months for a woman to develop an emotional attachment to you. You know what I mean? And you can start to wild out. But in between that, before 3 months are up, start showing a little inconsistencies. All right. Have her start chasing you a little bit. Then when she really is attached to you, then you start to become, you know, hate to say it, what many people would think to be abusive. I don't believe in physical abuse. I'm not saying that. Well, maybe I should say it like this. Start being an asshole. Start breaking her heart. Start treating her like dirt. And when you do it, really go in on it. And then, out of nowhere, start being nice to her. Okay? And while at the same time you do this, start giving her a bullshit ass background story about how your family was, the type of house you grew up in, what you saw, you know, as a child, you know, you saw your daddy beat your mama and stuff. Mama was this right here. You was an orphan, whatever it may be. Also be feeding her that shit, even if it's not true. So, you know what I'm saying? If some of it's true, some of it nice, a little bit of deception, tell her that all through the time that you're dealing with that woman. Okay? And when she really start liking you, she gonna use those stories that you told her and use them stories to say shit like, this is why he's the way he is. I can show him better. He can trust me. I can show him, and tell him a story about the bad exes. The exes was no good and shit like that. Oh, I'm not like them. I can prove to him like that. Women will start to create in their own fucking mind a reality that would never exist. But oh yeah, you got to make sure you put the pipe on them real good. And don't always give her the pipe when she wants the pipe. Keep her chasing. Keep her validating. Want you to validate her. That's what you got to do if you want to mess up a woman's head. I mean, that's one of the many stuff I'm telling you today is just some out of many ways you can mess up a woman's head. This works on pretty women, in between women, hideously, savagely unattractive women. It works on all of them. And each one of them women are different. Now, you can't approach them the same way with the same game. Now, sometimes you got to use some common sense here. Some things work better on some women than it does on other women, okay? So you just got to know how to talk to them, know what they're about, know where their weaknesses is. If they have insecurities, their weakness is your sweetness. Find out what the damn insecurity is and build off of that. Isolation is key. And I know y'all don't want to hear that, but if you can isolate the bride and she can just hang on every word that you say, you got your one there. You got your one. Oh boy, I'm gonna catch some shit for this video here, but yeah, it is what it is, man. I'm telling you, get you one, especially the one that always think all the good people in her life are really against her, and all they trying to do is look out for her. Okay, that means that she's immature, she's stupid as hell, dumb as hell. You know what I mean? She just want to do what she want to do. All you're doing is giving her an opportunity to do what she want to do. At the same time, you I guess you can say corrupting or molding her to something darker than what she was when she first came to you. And by the time you're finished with her, you're going to have such an imprint on her that when she go to another man, he ain't going to ever be able to satisfy her because she done been turned out by you. Hey, let's keep going.
Some random girl down the street that he eventually leaves her for. The crazy part about all of this is women will deny the fact that men can change rather than admitting to themselves that they were the wrong woman to begin with. Like I said, if women truly believe that men can change for the right woman and that man doesn't change for her, then that means that she's not the one. And that's harder to admit than actually admitting that men can change. Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I told you today works very well on broken women. Women who come out of single parent homes raised by their mothers because they don't know really think about men. I didn't know about so you can use a woman hypergamous nature against her. All you got to do is make her think that you're gonna give her something. You don't have to give a shit. You know what I mean? If you're just trying to sleep with her. But if you want the long haul pimping type of thing, then you got to really get in her mind. You got to get into the brain of a dame. You got to make us hang on every word that you say. You know, that's all you got to do. Now, I ain't talking about gorilla pimping where you put your hands on that. Some people do that. Some people don't. You know what I mean? It's up to them. But basically, you got to get in that bride's brain. Isolation is key. I'm gonna tell you, some of the most insecure women are some of the most finest women. I'm gonna tell you that right now, because they are always in competition with women. They always gonna see a woman that look better than them. They're gonna keep on needing validation and assurance. You can work yourself way into that. And you can also use what a woman likes against her. If she like, I ain't saying it'd be a trick, but I'm showing you an example. If a woman likes to go shopping, you could take her shopping. You can use what she likes against her by threatening to stop doing things that she that she likes, man. You know what I mean? It's all kind of stuff, man. You know, you can use that against her. You really can. That's okay. Well, all right. Like I say, you might just get one video today. That's why it's so damn long. But I will be back tomorrow. I got some things to do this morning. Electrician coming through. Trying to work on some things. Can you dig it, baby? Hold on. Oops, wrong thing, y'all. It's hard out here.
I'm a mustard back helper. I love a thug Negro, boy. You ain't never lying. I gotta get me a thug Negro so we can make love on the air mattress that's on our floor. The bottom of my feet be black as fuck from walking on the project floor. Can you dig it? I love it. And when I'm cooking, and I'm cooking over a pot, I barely can cook, so I open up, chunky soup. And I just do this shit when I'm stirring up the chunky soup. There be a little roach crawling across the oven, the stove top. I see that damn roach and I'm stirring like this. Do I stop? Just like this. Pop! I hit the roach and I go right back to stirring. It don't matter, 'cause I'm a mustard back heifer. Can you dig it?
All right, man. Y'all take it easy. I'll be talking to y'all pretty soon now. You hear?
Ooh, ooh,